Every Friday, we showcase what viewers say is the best of the best that their state has to offer. And here in Georgia, you've chosen the Atlanta Airport.
All right, Airport Certification Manager John Murphy joins us now. And John, thanks so much for joining us here. Tell us what puts the Atlanta Airport ahead of the competition.
We're kind of the gold standard. This is a great airport. Think of the literal sense. It's great. It's grand. It's the biggest. It's the busiest. It's the best. Over 100 million passengers per year. That's about a third of the U.S. population. And that's no accident. That's really from vision, planning, and design to become a world-class airport.
So, John, we know that the weather can affect the planes all day long, right? And we have some of those delays. So what are some fun things people can do inside the airport besides waiting at the terminal?
So thankfully, because of all the planning into the customer experience and the development, there's a lot to do inside. I'm a passenger too. I fly through this airport and other airports, and weather is just a fact. It's something we have to deal with. We plan for it, we prepare for it. But inside the airport, it's huge. There's a lot that you haven't seen at your gate. All the 7 concourses, go take a look and just watch the airplanes outside. There's so much happening that you might not actually see and appreciate at this airport.
Now, we know, of course, as you mentioned, inclement weather, it is just the name of the game, right? So how do you keep operations running smoothly when, the weather may not be cooperating?
So yeah, weather is a fact. We deal with it. It's one of the few things we can't actually control here at the airport, but we try to minimize the impact and run it as much as we can while still being safe and efficient. So a big part of that is planning. We have everything here in Atlanta: wind, snow, sleet, rain, ice, smoke, fog. The only thing we really don't have is, I'll say, sandstorms and volcanic ash. So we prepare for it. During the summer, we're getting ready for winter. During the winter, we're getting ready for all the thunderstorms. And a big part of that is preparation, training, making sure that we have the right equipment, personnel to keep things moving, even in the worst conditions.
And on that note, we don't see a ton of snow in the Atlanta area. I wonder, do you guys have your own equipment, or do you kind of source out maybe from the rest of the state or the city to come help out in the event that you need to clear the runways of snow?
So we do actually have our own rather large fleet of snow removal equipment. And from our side of the house, we're looking at the runways, taxiways, and ramps. The airlines will operate their own, but we have plows, brooms, blowers, de-ice trucks, liquid de-ice trucks, everything we might need. If you've been around here for a while, you remember the old Snowmageddon. That was my second week here coming from California.
Ooh.
And it was kind of a wake-up call, but the airport never closes. It never closed then, and there can't really be any situation where it's going to cause us to completely close. So we're prepared for the worst, even though it doesn't usually happen, but it sure can.
So, John, we're talking about the runways, and I'm fascinated by runways, by the way. Why are they designed the way they are? Are they designed that way on purpose to, maybe help with weather? Why are they designed like that?
So that's a really good point. And part of what makes this airport unique, among others, if you look at it from a top-down view, it actually looks very basic, simple, almost unimaginative. But that design allows us to be the world's busiest and best airport because they are east to west. And our prevailing winds, we're kind of meteorologically and geographically blessed in that our prevailing winds are almost always east and west. Aircraft always have to take off and land into the wind. And 99.9% of the time, winds aren't really going to play much of a factor into our operations. There are very few occasions we would have to actually slow down because of the wind. And that's all because of design, planning, paying attention to weather trends over time. And as we continue to grow, we're definitely taking that into account.
Genius.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, right? Airport Certification Manager John Murphy, thanks so much for your time and sharing with us here what is the best in the state of Georgia, the Atlanta Airport.